Have you ever been curious about what happens when road rage meets its match? Get ready for stories that will get your heart racing about drivers who thought they could mess with anyone until they met the wrong person. In this jaw-dropping video, we'll take a look at shocking situations where road rage had a surprising and often satisfying end. Let's begin right away. This blue car's gotten in the wrong books of a driver in that traffic jam and he's out for revenge. Here he comes and smacks the car into a new dimension, but he still makes a getaway. I don't know what happened between this person and the people on the bus, but he has something to say and so do the people. I don't think he thought about this beforehand. That little man squared up instantly for a fight, but when the door of his car was smacked shut, he clearly had regret on his face. Even the other guy opened the door back for him.
Security trying to save you, trying to save you, nigga, leave.
The truck in front was waiting for a good time to turn left, but the driver behind him became impatient and blasted his horn. And look at what he got in exchange. After getting into a fight with someone, this guy pulled out a move he learned from the Street Fighter games and knocked the side mirror right off. Who do you think was in the wrong for this one? Because sure, the other driver came right in, but wasn't that entirely avoidable? Maybe an insurance scam, but from whose side exactly? Comment down below. And this guy probably did something that the driver of that red truck did not really like, so now the chase is on. Whatever he's driving, it can clearly outmaneuver that hefty SUV driver. Here's one example of why you should just let people go and not come in their way, because these guys are really angry and there's no telling what they'll do. I think this guy has no more parcels to deliver and now is just going about his day terrorizing this BMW driver. I don't think he's gonna let that one go anytime soon.
He's going again.
These protesters messed with the wrong bunch of drivers who are now going out of their way and dragging them off the road. Weren't protests supposed to be against the government? Those side mirrors on a Tesla are really expensive, and this guy begins kicking them down one by one. Next time when you stop, just stop and don't tease the other person. What seemed to be a good day out with his girl. This guy ended up with a broken car window when an angry Kevin smashed right through the window of his car. Speaking of angry Kevins, here's one that got a face full of smoke when the truck driver didn't want to listen to a single word coming out of his mouth. Someone locked in the wrong person today, and they don't care about their car or the other car because they're going to ram themselves out of here.
Wow. Wow.
Zooming into the frame, this driver who looks a little young to be driving comes into the frame and almost rams into these guys. Later she comes around and, well, in vain I suppose.
Look at you! Look at you! Go, just go, just go.
They say that if you ignore a problem, the problem will go away on its own, and that's exactly what this guy's trying to do.
Get the f*** out, bitch! Let's go! Let's go! Take a video! Take a video!
Like the one from before, I think both of these guys weren't paying any attention because that was easily avoidable, don't you think? But the biker had the last say in this by smacking that windscreen. Here's another case where a van driver goes crazy and it is yet again another BMW driver. I'm seeing a trend here, don't you think? Should we blame the BMW drivers or the van drivers? However, when it's not BMW drivers, there are often truck drivers that have their go at the poor van drivers, as you can see here in this video. Boy, is he mad. I don't exactly know what happened here, but that biker girl seems to be a very scary person, and the driver of that McLaren does not want her to hurt them either, so they run away too. Almost as if he's stuck between going forward right and back right, this driver oscillates his car back and forth, all the while hitting cars and nearly knocking people down too. This tow truck driver's messing with the wrong person by towing their car because when he gets out, he shows him one good reason not to take his car away.
This is my house. I parked here 5 minutes. It's still daylight.
Why you got your gun out?
To threaten you.
So put your gun back in your car.
No, I got it in my pocket, and I'm gonna keep it right here.
You just damaged my truck.
You damaged mine.
Yeah. You're gonna have to pay for the damages.
You. It's all on video, asshole.
You're absolutely right. It is all on video.
These teens managed to tick this man off, and when it came to confrontation, they weren't ready at all. I mean, they had it coming, don't you agree?
You want? Come on. What the? Oh, assault! He's assaulting us. What are you doing?
Here comes the crazy car driver who wants to go right, but upon seeing that there's a car there, he's willing to smack it into next week to get his place. Brake checking is just as risky for the aggressor as it is for the victim, and this time, the victim was someone who was ready to answer back to the brake check. Sometimes, however, karma does the thing for you, and all you need to do is just sit back, relax, and enjoy the show. Looks like this driver was waiting too long for this wedding convoy to go by, and his patience got the best of everyone. Imagine getting someone so angry on the road that they end up following you home just to let you know that you did them wrong.
You cut me off. Good. Call the fucking cops. Now I know where you live. Tell your mama to quit cutting fucking people off.
Imagine going to a drive-thru, hungry out of your mind, just to end up watching a few people fight it out right in front of you. I would lose my head even more. If the fact that these guys are fighting over something so small isn't bad enough, that young man should be ashamed that he's acting tough in front of an old man. Just respect and forgive, dude. Now, here are the type of people you should stand up to. This guy deliberately does this, and when he walks out, he shows us how little of a man he really is. This water truck driver was going fine and minding his business until his mood was upset by this driver, who's now being punished for cutting him off. At this point, I think these drivers have completely lost their minds and are going crazy on each other. Imagine having one of the most OG cars out there and still driving it like a newbie, and then getting angry at the other person. Here's one good and big reason why you should ignore anyone who provokes you in a road rage fight. Sometimes your own hot head can get the best of you, and these are the kind of things impatience can lead to. Now, here's what you should not do. Sure, the other lady attacked your car, but when you have a child right beside you, just ignore it and go home instead of attacking back. Here's a cheap move by this Camry driver. He causes the truck to lock its brakes up and crash as it loses control. Something tells me that these truck drivers are just insecure about everything and use their high and big cars to show just how dumb they really are. This van driver keyed the wrong car because the driver's not gonna let him leave without doing anything about it. Watch these two go at each other on a busy highway with no regard for anyone else around them.